right down the boulevard. So an 82-yard drive there, and the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive. Only 7 seconds remaining in the first half. Let's see how they play it here on 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Looking to go up top on 1st down. Lofts one deep down the right side. The pass falls incomplete, and that's how we'll finish this half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Thanks, Ben. The end of a very entertaining first 2 quarters of football in Athens.
Ready to get things going here in the second half as Georgia about to kick it away. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. Scanning the field, it's Howard. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. And the Rebels decide to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Bringing it back, it's Robinson. Touchdown Bulldogs! And that one will give them the lead. Now that is a play that will get your sidelines into the game with that touchdown.
And you could see once he left everybody in the dust and he was going to the house, the sidelines going nuts. What a big-time play to take the lead. Defense did its job. Now special teams coming through in a big way.
He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. Memphis took care of business today. I think their coach had their attention all week. And the end result was a focused group of Tigers that fired on all cylinders. It's one game. You don't want to react too much either way. But I think both teams will leave this one with some things to work on moving forward.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage. The Rebels headed quickly to the line. Dropping back, it's Howard. Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge game if he could have held on. Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. To the ground to try to pick up the first. He gets it oh so close to that imaginary yellow line that I think he's going to be just a tad short. And the Rebels send out the punt unit. He might just try to keep it away from this guy after a house call came after the first punt. On the return, it's Robinson. And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
It was a nice job in play calling, too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. Their defense better do something different.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. They'll run it from the gun. And he knocked him down after he picks up 5 out to the 34. It's 3rd down from their own 34 as they try to keep the drive moving. They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. They turn to the passing game on 3rd and short. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. I know you want to keep the ball away from the other offense, but going for it inside your own 40? Quarterback checking off. On 4th down, they're taking to the air. Going to try to get it himself. Got all he needed for the first down, and then he gets down on the slide. Georgia coming out with a fresh set of downs. The give to the back. A most efficient pickup of 6 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 4.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that. Six-yard pickup on 1st down leaves him with 2nd and 4.
They'll go right back to him. Tackled, but he has a first down.
It's hard to stop great runners. It really is. That's why you run the football consistently. You got a big offensive line, a big physical unit. You run the football like this, man, it will take a toll later. But you got to tackle this guy over and over again who has this ability to make people miss and make big plays.
And the Dogs have their offense in high gear. Takes the handoff. It's Etienne. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Oh, and they'll try to catch him with a pass. Got his man on the right. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. So it's not just a strong running game. The Dogs can be dangerous with those weapons up top.
And I think when you've seen Georgia really dominate in college football over the last several years, it's because they've been more aggressive, more willing to throw the football early downs, trust their quarterback, not just the ground game.
To the air on first down. Right on the money to the outside. He dragged the toe, and how about the ball placement? Only the receiver could get it. The Dogs pick up the first down through the air, and the Georgia faithful starting to howl and bark.
And we've seen that in the past with Georgia. Maybe you get a little bit conservative, a little bit too much reliant on great defense, run the football. The reason that they broke through, the reason they started winning championships in the recent era, they became more aggressive, more dynamic throwing the football down the field.
Well, guys, it's Georgia holding the lead at the end of the quarter. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the fourth quarter. Just outside the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 21. He wants to throw. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
Well, things have gone pretty well so far, right? You've got the lead, you're playing at home, it's late, and you just need a few more of these completions to ice the game. That time, couldn't come away with it. It's a nice play by the defender, knocking it down.
They'll go back to the air on 2nd down. That is just a sideline clinic. Throw, catch, toe drag, everything you want.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
With jet sweep pass. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which...
Touchdown, Georgia! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row. And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the 4th. The kickoff unit about to go to work. The offense strikes again to extend its lead here in the 2nd half.
And they got everything working. How great is this? You extend your lead, now you get your defense back on the field. Great job taking advantage of the situation and building on that lead.
He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
They make the stop, but the sweet throw and catch is plenty to give them a first down.
And in this situation late when you need 2 touchdowns to win the game, everything's going to have to be downfield. So I like the idea in this 2-minute drive, throwing it that way. Let's keep it going, keep our pedal to the metal here.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally to the football. Gang tackle. You're going to win this game.
Listen, a lot of time, tips and deflections are because you got great eyes and vision on the quarterback. You see him release the football, you break on it, you tip that thing, and make sure the receiver can't get it.
Back to pass, it's Howard. Unloads to the right. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Looking for more room. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Nice job by this defense. That might be the exclamation point. Fourth quarter, I got a lead. You bring on the nickel defense. You know they're passing the football for plays just like that to make the INT and almost put this one away.
Quarterback checking the play. Pre-snap motion in the backfield. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Catch in the middle. It's Frazier.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
Trying to get a rhythm in the passing game. Now on second down. From the gun, the running back has it. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. It's third down, and they have to get it to the 42 to move the sticks.
42 Spider. 4-2 Spider.
From the gun, wants to pass. Caught on the outside. It's Humphreys. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a first down on the play. The Bulldogs come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Fast motion from the offense. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Fights off a defender.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, David. It puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
And they'll bring him down, but not before he picks up the first down.
I think you have to like what you see if you're the coaching staff here. Your offense is on the field, and it looks like you got a pretty good drive going, and you're just going to try and keep this thing marching, keep the clock ticking. You've got a really nice lead here late. Just want to find ways to keep the chains moving. They're doing that.
They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
They'll leave it with him. Gets it inside the 25, down to the 22-yard line with a pickup of 4.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you could tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small gain, but some information you gathered maybe for the next time you get to run an RPO.
Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. Let's see what they've dialed up on 3rd and long from the 22.
Clear. Set. Hut. Gaucho.
Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Fires deep toward the end zone. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up.
3rd and short in college football today. You see so much more pass than you used to. The offense stays aggressive, and I think they stay aggressive because they know they're in field goal range. They got that 3 in their back pocket.
And they decide to trot out the kicker. And if they can make this and turn it into a 3-score game, they'll have this one all but locked up. He splits the uprights and puts 3 on the board. And now the lead is extended a little further. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
2 very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. Illinois came away with the win today, but not in dominant fashion. In fact, the folks in Champaign had to sweat things out for much of the second half. Could have been better, but it certainly could have been worse. 60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome, and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. They'll start this drive with a pass. Getting some heat. And the quarterback is snowed under. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. Back to throw, it's Howard. Pressure coming. He wants a big play here late. And just not enough field to hold that one. It's incomplete.
This defense has just been all over this guy all game long. Under pressure, they're finding a way to get to him and affect his rhythm. Of course, they have an interception in this game. That's why they've got a big lead here in the 4th quarter. This guy has never gotten into a rhythm.
The Rebels line up to punt it away.
The offense came into this game knowing that for them to win, they were going to have to make some big plays throwing the football. That just has not been the case. Here in the 4th quarter, they've been held to less than 200 passing yards, and that's really the story of the game, guys.
We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today too, David. They had a really good game plan coming into this one, and they went out and they executed at a very high level.
Yeah, lights out, and this game's over. I'm interested to see the philosophy now. Do we keep chucking the pill and keep trying to score points? Because it's the defense's responsibility to stop them, or do they just run this clock and say, all right, we did enough today. We kicked them in the face.
There's a difference between being methodical and thorough and slow. They were slow, and they got the flag. Offense in the sumo set with the big boys. To the ground with the back. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Wants to throw. It's Rashada. Got it set up on the outside. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed.
And listen, I know that wasn't a huge gain. It was positive, but I like doing more of that in today's college football. I'm just going to try to give my playmakers a chance to do damage in space away from all the big boys inside.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Just masterful working that sideline and getting the toe down for the catch. Georgia ready to dial it up on another 1st down. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. Trying to find his man on 1st down. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. And he'll just get rid of that one.
And that goes down as incompletion, but that's a smart play. And the QB coach and the OC will be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket. He obviously, so he's outside the tackle boxes. He knew he could throw it away as long as he got it past the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, nothing open. Live to fight another down.
A shot toward the end zone. And the throw downfield winds up incomplete, and there's a good reason for that. This guy was being mugged by the defender.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. You simply can't do it, and the referees caught it.
Wants to throw on first down. Deep shot for the end zone. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score. Guys, this is a really good win for this ball club as they put together consecutive victories.
And in this season, that's what you got to do. You got to put together good weeks, build on each other, build that momentum, continue to grow as the season goes along.
Yeah, David, it's all about building confidence, and it's really important for these players to go out, work hard in practice, and see that hard work really pay itself off on game day. This is a team that's really starting to believe in itself.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David